The horizontal pull push squat workout for January 2020. Just got the feet elevated to get a bit more range. You can put them up on a ball if you want something that's unstable, and just getting a nice hollowed out position, really tractioning out and then coming up into an arch at the top. So similar to that full body weight pull, it's just a little bit more horizontal than going into that full vertical pull, but still trying to maximize that range of motion. Then for the push-up, hitting the reverse, having those feet elevated. Now this is quite challenging. Make sure you've got a nice push-up down before you advance to this. So it's going to be heavier on the body. And you're going from an arch position down, right up into a hollow. So pushing right through. You can make that one even heavier by having a parallettes, doing it in between dumbbells or two boxes, so you get down into that dip style position, right up into that overhead position. But I like just kind of hitting that nice full arch to hollow with the push-up, making that stronger, getting healthier through that. For the squat, I've been working some heavier squats, just with the barbell for a back squat. The most practical squat is really the front squat, because if you are lifting something heavy, usually that's where you're going to be holding it. But you can get a lot more weight into a back squat than the front squat. But especially if you're working it as a pull-push leg style workout. If you're doing it in isolation, it's a bit easier. But because you're fatiguing the pushing muscles and the upper body when you're doing the pull and the push, it makes it a bit harder to hold that weight there, whereas when it's just resting in a back squat position, much easier. So key thing with all squatting is to use it to stretch and strengthen. So getting right down deep and then coming right up. So I like those. Working that, really important for good health and integrity of the joints. Obviously the closer you go, the harder it is on the range of motion in the ankle, and depending on your femur length to torso length will determine how much you're going to have to lean forward. So if you've got more ankle mobility, then you can stay more upright, and then if you've got a longer torso, you're going to stay more upright. But just work with your body, listen to it, work the range that feels good, but always try and challenge it so that way you can improve range of motion with all your lifts. And then through the week, just vary the variables that you're using. So try to get a workout of high reps, a workout of moderate reps, and a workout of low reps. If you do have any instabilities, you want to stay more in those slow reps that you can do in that moderate range. So not too heavy and not too fast, but just in between. That bodybuilding style movement will always give you the best return, and it's a lot easier to feel if that instability is going to give you some aggravation. Basically, for my training for quite some time now has been 5 to 8 reps, smooth, slow and controlled, so that way I can really feel what's happening in my spine and in my neck, so that way there's no risk. So it's always important to feel the reps and really make sure that you leave a little bit spare with every set. Never squeeze out that last bit that could leave you more vulnerable. The risk to benefit ratio makes it totally unworth it. It's always better to leave a little bit, get a good response in the body, feel good, and be able to move well the next day, and in 2 days do another good session. Whereas if you tweak something, you're going to write off your sessions, and you're going to write off those responses because you're not going to be able to build on top of it. So listen to your body, work with it, and you'll get amazing results. See you soon.